Thanks for joining us here on News 12 The Bronx this Monday evening. I'm Anthony Carlo, in for Jessica Cunnington.
And I'm Amanda Bossard. We begin tonight with those terrifying moments in Co-op City today when the top piece of a wind turbine came crashing down onto Bartow Avenue.
Scary. News 12 The Bronx reporter Michelle Ross is there with a closer look at the damage. State Senator Jamal Bailey releasing a statement tonight saying in part the events that occurred are a reminder that we cannot allow any type of building structure be put up so hastily and that the Department of Buildings needs to properly inspect these structures prior to its assembly. There are many yet unanswered questions about the permission to build and the stability of a structure that was put up quite literally as residents of Co-op City slept, and we continue to investigate this matter.
Of course, stay with us here on News 12 on air and online for continuing coverage of this story.
Religious and civil rights leaders today standing in solidarity with the Jewish community.
This after a man entered a rabbi's home and stabbed 5 people during a Hanukkah celebration just north of the city.
Only on 12. Being able to easily walk in and out of your home isn't something most people would consider a luxury, but for one mother in Melrose, most trips are really challenging. Anna Mercedes says the elevators at this Tinton Avenue NYCHA building have been in and out of service over the past 4 months. Mercedes, who didn't want to show her face on camera, lives on the 19th floor. She says her youngest daughter has a physical disability and sometimes misses her physical therapy appointments because the therapist can't make it up the 19 flights.
I explained all this to the management office and it's like nothing has been done. Just because we live in NYCHA doesn't mean that we don't pay rent and we don't have a right.
Now, NYCHA responded to this story saying in part, Adams Houses has 2 elevators and at least one of them has been operational within the last 30 days. Outages have been due to mechanical issues. NYCHA has a nearly $32 billion need for capital funding to address its aging housing portfolio, including elevators. Well, a Bronx man is dead after a small plane crashed into 2 homes in Maryland. Maryland State Police say 61-year-old Gordon Allen was the pilot of that plane. Police say the crash happened Sunday afternoon in New Carrollton, which is about 30 minutes away from Washington, D.C. Investigators say the plane took off from the College Park Airport minutes before crashing into a carport of a home before hitting a vehicle and causing both the plane and car to catch fire. First responders say no one else was hurt at the time of the crash. No word yet on what caused it. Well, back in our borough, police are trying to track down a man wanted for questioning about a violent robbery that sent a woman to the hospital. They say back on December 4th, the man grabbed a woman's purse as she was crossing the street at Westchester Avenue and Southern Boulevard. He ended up pulling her to the ground and running off with her property. Police say the woman was treated at the hospital for a broken elbow and other trauma. If you recognize the man here in this video, you can call Crime Stoppers at 1-800-577-TIPS. Well, as we approach the new year, Con Edison customers are expected to see their gas and electric bills go up. One local politician now speaking out against those increases. The proposal from Con Edison calls for a total of 13.5% of an increase on electric bills over 3 years. Now in 2020, those rates going up by 4.2%. Gas bills will also go up by 25% over 3 years. In 2020, customers will see those bills go up by 7.56%. Assemblyman Simca Eichenstein is speaking out against the rate hikes. He says the increase will make life harder for low and middle class income households who already struggle to pay utility bills.
Low-income New Yorkers who already pay, as I said, second to the highest energy rates, are now going to be slapped with significant hikes. We can't afford it.
Now, Con Edison giving us a statement today saying the hike will, quote, allow for approximately $3 billion per year in electric and gas infrastructure investments to continue providing New Yorkers with safe and reliable service while building the path to renewable energy and a cleaner environment. A vote by the New York State Public Service Commission in late January will determine the final outcome, and if approved, it would go into effect immediately. Some New Yorkers can look forward to a raise starting Tuesday. Governor Cuomo is reminding workers and employers that the next regional increase is taking effect as the entire state moves toward a $15 minimum wage. Starting Tuesday, the minimum wage for small employers goes up to $15 an hour, up from $13.50. Those are businesses with 10 employees or less. The minimum wage for large employers already went up $15 a year ago. By the end of 2021, the minimum wage will be $15 all across the state. Big Papi is back in his home country and meeting with the Dominican Republic's president. MLB legend David Ortiz meeting with President Danilo Medina in Santo Domingo. According to officials, Ortiz said he went to, quote, clock in with the president and spoke with him for about an hour. This is the second time Ortiz was back in the DR after being shot back in June while at a bar in Santo Domingo. In other news, Google says Disney Plus is its most searched term in the U.S. in 2019, even though the streaming service launched toward the end of the year in November. It includes content from Pixar, Marvel, and National Geographic. Elon Musk says his Las Vegas tunnel will be fully operational next year. Musk says his business, called The Boring Company, is finishing its first commercial tunnel that will connect the Las Vegas Convention Center to the Strip. The project will include 2 tunnels about a mile long and are expected to transport people on autonomous cars going as fast as 155 miles per hour. Daryl Green is back now with a look at our forecast. Daryl really was glad to not be outside so much on Monday.
Yeah, I'm sure. You know, we got a decent amount of rainfall, and remember, the rain started Sunday evening, and we were just under an inch, wrapped up as we went through the evening hours, around 8, 9 o'clock or so. And this is what we have, and we're going to get a chance to dry out. Take a look what's happening around Times Square. Well, getting ready for the New Year's Eve celebration. Speaking of, let's take a look what we're expecting as far as that forecast is concerned. Our weather's going to improve very, very nicely. For New Year's Eve, we'll see temperatures in the upper 30s, maybe the lower 40s, under a clear to partly cloudy sky. New Year's Day, low and middle 40s, and we'll get a good bit of sunshine out there as well. Enjoy it, because as we get further into the week, more rain is in the forecast. Futurecast illustrates everything out very, very nicely. We had the rain north of the city. Yeah, you're seeing precipitation in the form of snow, the pink representing some icing conditions. There were some concerns for parts of north and west of the city as far as icing was concerned. Not a problem for us, just too warm. We'll continue to see the clouds taking over once again. Thursday night late into Friday morning, the next bout of wet weather comes in, and this is going to be sticking around as we get into Saturday as well. So keep that in mind and, of course, plan accordingly. For the overnight temperatures, either side of about 40. Some locations the temperatures may be going up. 48 degrees for a high for Tuesday. By the afternoon, we'll be looking at a mixture of sun and clouds, and 35 degrees as we get closer towards the end of the year and the beginning of next year. So as you can see, we're going to go 48, 43, 46, and then back up to 50 degrees, but we pay for it with some rainfall. As we get into the weekend, the rain tapers back, temperatures slowly pull back as well. You're watching News 12.
You're watching News 12 The Bronx. Local matters.
Welcome back. After another